Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la.
Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, welcome back again for another live. Mercato is crazy, day 2 of that mini session of transfer market. What do we hear? Crazy things. Mercato is crazy. Mercato is really crazy. No, I can tell you. We hear crazy things where I don't feel really well. No, because you cannot tell me that in 2025 of June the 2nd, the first name that I hear post-nomination of Comolli and Giorgio Chiellini as a director of football strategy is Domenico Berardi. I know. Because if we change the management of Agnelli, with Cherubini, with Arrivabene, and we go towards a new management made of, I don't know who there was, I don't care, Paratici in the past, then in the future there was Giuntoli, and we go towards a Frenchman that probably never even heard in his life about Domenico Berardi, you cannot repeat again Domenico Berardi. I really want to know who is the single person that through all these years, but seriously, through all these years, at the first opportunity, that it's the summer or the winter, is saying, I have an idea. Tell us, what is the name that you have in mind? We are curious. Everyone has the right to speak in that meeting. Give us the ideas. I really want to know who is the guy that is always sitting at that table and mentioning as a first idea, Berardi. No, tell me. No, because there is a problem. I really need to understand at a certain moment. We are in 2025. I hear speaking about Domenico Berardi, I believe since 2013. So it's 12 years. 12 years that I'm hearing Domenico Berardi linked to Juve. And it has to stop. It has, at a certain moment, it has to stop. We cannot continue like that. I have a life. I cannot continue always to feel anxious, to not feel well. Because every single time, every single summer, every single winter, I need to pray from the first day of the Mercato until the last official day of the Mercato that it's not happening. Domenico Berardi back in Juventus side. He could finally join for Champions League football. But no. Corriere dello Sport. No. We will not start like that. If I hear names alla Modric, linked to Milan, alla Leoni, linked to Milan, because it's not only Modric, it's Leoni, it's Ricci, linked to Milan, you cannot give me Berardi. It's impossible, guys. With all the respect, a player that comes from a huge big injury and that played the last year in 2nd division of Italy. I can accept tropical names, special names, the name that I never heard. I even want to try a name a la Marco Silva as a coach. If really I'm obliged to, I will even try letting him and giving him a chance. But here we are speaking about a player that I know as a book, as an open book. Domenico Berardi. That's what we are speaking about in 2025. This is the one that we want to start building the future with. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. Ciao to all the people that are in the chat. The first one today was Nini Baranto that is asking for my health. Ciao Beppe. I hope everything is well with you. I tell you that since I started again the night lives, it's a bit more difficult because I wake up in the morning to start preparing the video. Then I have the live on Juventus, and then I tell you the truth that after having a bit of lunch, I'm tired. It's difficult for me. It's really difficult at the moment for me. So I need to get used to it again, to sleep not a lot, to go and work and combining everything. But I'm okay. Juventus Global. Ciao Beppe. Mercato is no longer letting us sleep. Bravo. That's what I was telling you. Even if it didn't really start with the names of players. And we are still here, and that's the title also of the video of today, of the live of today, with Comolli, okay, Chiellini, okay, but what about the rest? And when the rest? Because now we need the rest now today. We need to understand what will be about the rest, about the sporting director, about the confirmation or not, about Igor Tudor, and then the players are coming, and the players' priority is the one that will not excite a lot of people, because unfortunately it will be the loan players that we will speak about, the players that are still on loan until the end of the month, but at the moment have not the permission to play the Club World Cup together with us. So we have a lot of things to do. We have a lot of things to do. We need to speak. We need to check. We are waiting for one thing. We are waiting for Cristiano Giuntoli to be officially out of Juventus, and I think that it will be tomorrow. I always told you, pay attention to the date of the 3rd of June. Today was a bank holiday in Italy, even if they were working. It's not that they were on holiday, but it was a bank holiday on Italy. Only the signature is missing on the last few details. So Cristiano Giuntoli turned down, apparently. Thank you, Mo, to send me that tweet from Nicolas Kira. He turned out a rich bid from Saudi Arabia. After termination with Juventus, his priority is still working in Europe. We already said that Fiorentina has been interested in him. There are clubs like Manchester United that are interested in him, not Juventus anymore. And tomorrow the official news could come out, so that on Wednesday there will be Comolli physically also in Torino, because he's not even yet in Torino. He will go with a plane to arrive in Caselle. Should we do a here we go or no? What is it? Here we what is it? I forgot. Here we fly about Comolli. I don't know if it will excite the mass. Ciao Asian Traveler, ciao Orion, grandissimo Orion. Oh, that's strange. There was a message I tried to pin, but I couldn't, the one of Orion. Anyway, it is what it is. Ciao Bebo, ciao Arakari. Too late just. No, I was good today. I was good. You speak about the timing. It's now that the news are coming. It's not earlier. Ciao Sasha, ciao Orion, ciao Sam, ciao Nur, ciao Juventus Maina, ciao Juventus Maina. Ciao Beppe, hello to everyone. Ciao Saraz, Mercato is crazy. Ciao a tutti, Jordanis e tutti quelli che sono in live with us, all the people that are live with us. Mikel, can you understand that Giuntoli feels betrayed by Juve? If he feels betrayed by Juve, how am I feeling? Wait 1 second. So I was saying, no, it was my son was looking for something. I was trying to help him. What was I saying? Yeah, there was a pin glitch. I don't know why. It was your message, by the way, Orion. No Camomilla. Today I go with water only. No, I was answering the question, by the way, of Mikel, saying that if he feels betrayed by Juve, how should I feel betrayed by Cristiano Giuntoli? How should I feel? How should we feel betrayed? Because I said it, and I have been extremely patient, because if some people, they already started to criticize him for Alcaraz and for Thiago Jallo, I always said, don't judge that first year, because he has plans for the other year, for the year 2, that will be his real first year with his first Juve. No, I feel extremely betrayed. I feel extremely betrayed, really, by the project that they sold us, by the fact that everything went extremely bad. No. If he feels betrayed, at these roles, when you are there and you say, okay, I'm ready to take all the responsibilities on me, then you really have all the responsibilities on you. That's the reality. That's the reality. Here I see, because I didn't say hello to all the Juventini of the world. So ciao Ali, and ciao to all the Juventini of the world that are watching. Ciao a tutti. Super important. People are saying, Beppe, you are late with the live. I know, but guys, you know why I always start around that time, huh? First of all, because I cannot do it too much earlier, but especially because the news are always coming towards that time. Mamma mia! You know that I thought, what will I put now? We already put Comolli, we already put Chiellini, we already put Marco Silva, we already put Tudor. Who am I putting next to me on the thumbnail of today? I really didn't know because there was no one, and also going looking for players made absolutely no sense today. If I waited a bit longer, I think that we would have a big bomba name. We would have had a big bomba, huge big bomba, because this is what Gianluca Di Marzio is reporting us. Not Berardi. If only it was Berardi. If only it was Berardi. But if with Berardi would have reached 300 people, I think that if we go with the bomba that is written by Gianluca Di Marzio now, we would have had 1,300 people watching this live. Because it's a big one. Gianluca Di Marzio is saying, Milan, there is the idea, Andrea Cambiaso from Juventus, in case a goodbye of Theo Hernandez. Oh, okay, we already have the topic. We have the topic. The topic of the evening. Milan, idea Andrea Cambiaso from Juventus in case of goodbye of Theo Hernandez. I don't know the details. We will read the article in a second, but I can tell you that I'm totally against it. Totally against it. And I hope at Juventus Football Club that they will be as against it than me. No, because this cannot be. This cannot be. It's not a joke, huh? Guys. For people that are thinking that this is a joke, that he's inventing, I don't think so. Because I can tell you that Milan, and I was speaking about it right before the live started. Look at my tweet, the last tweet that I had. Names linked to Milan are not bad at all. After Tare and Allegri, you know that I always appreciated Tare. You know the big, huge respect that I have of Allegri against everyone and everything. I don't care. They want Leoni, Ricci, Rabiot, Modric, and let's see who else. You never judge a season on the 2nd of June, but the initial ideas are good. Guys, why am I believing that it's true? Because Tare knows Serie A extremely well. Because he has a lot of experience in Serie A as a player first and then as a sporting director for years at Lazio, where with the limited budget that he had, he did some good things, some bad things as well, like all the sporting directors, but he did a lot of good things for Lazio. With Allegri, that has been 1 year away from football, Allegri knows. Allegri knows what he wants. He knows what works for him. Has been impressed by Leoni. He went and watched him 3 times at Parma. Like that. Just like that. But he was extremely impressed by Leoni. They have a sporting director. They have a coach. They have a vision. They have an idea. And especially, they know what they don't want to do anymore. These are names that are extremely intelligent. If I'm looking at a Tare Allegri team. Leoni, fantastic. A young Italian one. Ricci, young Italian one, experienced in Serie A bit more than Leoni already. Ricci from Torino. Rabiot would be a fantastic signing for Milan. A fantastic signing for Milan. Modric would be the cherry. 1 game a week. Not playing every single game, but managed well in the moments where you need to have him. Just having him around in a team that needs a bit of experience, because what I always said about the latest Milan, about the latest year, was that it was a kindergarten, and that was the huge big problem. There is no authority. There is everyone is doing whatever they want. I always said I don't like that because it will never work. With an Allegri, with a Tare, these things will be totally over. And thinking about Andrea Cambiaso is a big one. Is a big one. Is a huge big one. I said if Cambiaso leaves, I would go for Theo Hernandez. I really like the player. I really, really, really like the player. It's a player that I would love to see at Juve. Is young, still young. Has a lot of years in front of him. It's a player that could be a revival at Juve in case of Cambiaso leaving. I think it's an extremely beautiful choice. But I was thinking about Cambiaso leaving for Manchester United, for Liverpool, for other club, not for Milan, and especially not the Milan of Allegri that knows him really well. Last year, we saw a beautiful Cambiaso with Allegri. We saw a really beautiful Cambiaso with Allegri. I spoke to Cambiaso about Allegri, and I can tell you that against all haters of Allegri, Cambiaso spoke extremely well about him. He spoke extremely well about him during his time, after his time. So Cambiaso is a big fan of Allegri, really big fan of Max Allegri. So, but a lot of players are big fans of Max Allegri. Yeah? A lot of players are big fans of Max. So I tell you that would be a huge big upgrade. A Theo Hernandez that I would see really well at Juve, but not at Milan, because at Milan it is a problematic situation. It is a toxic situation. So I would not do that swap. And then on top of that, if you tell me, like Fabrizio Romano is writing here, that he's not even coming to Juve because there are negotiations between Al Hilal. By the way, Al Hilal in huge, big top form. Transfer market, Al Hilal, pay attention to them. I followed a bit the Saudi Arabia League, and I can tell you that they didn't really digest the fact of not winning the Scudetto of Saudi Arabia, because it was the yellow team of Benzema that won it, the other one from Jeddah, and in Riyadh they didn't really appreciate it, so they want to go big. You have the names of Simone Inzaghi. I heard about Osimhen. Yeah, Etihad, I know, because it's rival of Al Hilal. So they really want to go big, Osimhen. They know really well the Italian market, so they want to be serious. They offer salary that are incredibly high that you cannot nearly not refuse. So they are advanced apparently since last week. They are just waiting for the last breakthrough. The key factor will be Theo's decision, as he's not approved potential move to Saudi Pro League yet. So, or he says, bah, I did my time with Milan. I don't have huge, big European clubs like Real Madrid, like City or whatever, or Paris Saint-Germain that we need to count from now on as well. Every time that we are mentioning these big teams that are calling me, well, I go. I have done my time here. What else can I win? I already won the Scudetto with Milan. I lost the Coppa Italia. I thought that he won it, but no, they lost it against Bologna. So what else can I really win? The Champions League with Milan? Absolutely not. So, no. This is if we do this. I'm not saying keeping Cambiaso, but if we do this of letting Cambiaso go to Milan, I think we are making one of the biggest mistake of the recent years. Now, attenzione, because here, don't forget, it's not the idea of Juve. It's the idea of Milan. They are smart. Of course they are smart. They already have the sporting director. They have the coach. They are planning the strategy. They have everything. They said, you know what? In a moment of trouble of Juve, where they are a bit shaky, nobody knows what and how, you know what? Let's try. It's the moment to go, to ask. You never know if they wake up and they say, bah, Cambiaso wanted to leave. He wants to go to Milan. Let him go to Milan. No, don't forget, it's not a Juve idea. It's an idea of Milan. They are smart. Smart. But I would not. I would not do that. Cambiaso, you want to leave? You go wherever you want, not to Milan. And now we already have enough problems with Inter, with Napoli, with even Atalanta last season that were above us. Bologna is a beautiful team that will continue this time also with the same coach. If we want to revive? No. Giving a new life to Milan, don't do these kind of things. Don't do these kind of things. That would be like, you're shooting yourself in the feet. No? De Voeller, we are again at least 3 weeks behind everyone. We are late. Yeah, we are late. We are extremely late. And I will tell you, it's already the 2nd of June. In 12 days, we are leaving Italy. At today, we don't know if Colomani will be there, Renato Vega will be there, Conceição, apparently yes, because that was the last official interview of Cristiano Giuntoli. We are extremely behind on that one, yeah. Again, I don't know. We are still 3 weeks behind. We are absolutely. Osama with double donation. Thank you, my friend Osama. 1 time, 2 time. Bravo, Osama. Thank you, my friend. Really appreciate the support on the channel. What is Colo saying? Beppe, will Tudor keep this formation next season? Wait. Because if we just said that we are 3 weeks behind, you are probably 3 weeks ahead. Because nobody officially confirmed Igor Tudor. That's also really important to know. What did they say to Tudor after a meeting together? Tudor, isolate yourself from the voices, because at the moment we didn't take a concrete decision, a real decision, a definite decision. What will happen in these weeks is on Monday, there is the first training session again without the national team players. On Tuesday, we continue. It could be that already in these days, unofficially, there will be a first meeting with Damian Comolli. I think that this meeting cannot find place physically because he will land in Torino physically as a person on Wednesday. So maybe through Skype, maybe, FaceTime or WhatsApp call, I don't know. Maybe they will have a virtual meeting, that could be. But then the real meeting will be on Wednesday. And from there will be actually a moment of analysis of the coach. What do we do with Tudor? I said it in the video of this morning. I said it yesterday. I said it 2 days ago. I will say it later. And I said it, you remember, the day after the qualification to Champions League, I said, do me a favor, don't send Tudor to the Club World Cup if he is not our coach in season 25-26. I exactly said the same with Antonio Conte. I said, if it's Antonio Conte, send him to the club. If he doesn't want, because he don't want a false start, okay, but then send Brambilla or whoever you want, another coach. Don't send Tudor, because it would make zero sense. And I continue to say exactly the same today. I think that this day will be extremely important to already decide if it's him or if it's not him. If it's him, wait, because you know that sometimes I receive messages. If it's him, Tudor, great, but you need to tell him now. And maybe even extending his contract. Probably extending his contract immediately. We checked, we spoke, we trust that you are the guy. It doesn't exist in my life. Yes, it's you, but maybe if we find a better solution, it will not be you. No, that doesn't exist. That doesn't exist at all. And it also doesn't exist. We will wait until the end of the Club World Cup, because you know who you will find on the 15th of June. No, because that's when it starts, the competition. In July, in mid of July, you know who you will find on the transfer market as coach? Nobody. Nobody. Yeah? And when you will go to the coaches, to the clubs, and asking, we want your coach, they will say, I know, because we already planned our total strategy with that coach. It's over. No. So you really need to go for the definitive answer now. I'm not saying tomorrow, but before departure to the club work. Otherwise, it's too late. Look, Lazio, Sarri. That's the update that we didn't give. Roma, Gasperini. Milan, Allegri, and Tare. And look what they are already doing. Como continue with Fabregas, with only the question mark that if Inter is giving away Simone Inzaghi because he accepts Al Hilal, Fabregas could potentially go to Inter. Otherwise, they keep their coach, and that's the same situation for Inter. Inter that in case Simone Inzaghi would leave, they have a few names there that, according to me, are really strange for Inter, because indeed it's Fabregas, but there is also Farioli, the coach from Ajax last season. That could be a potential name there. And also the Zerbi, which would be even crazier for me because then you never know in life. Huh? But these three coaches are playing in a way that Inter is far away from. That means that you need to do really a lot of investment, really changing the entire team. But it's a total different Inter, which would be really crazy. But I don't know. I really don't know. But let's see. Tomorrow will be the decision of Inzaghi, and then we will know. So who is still open today? Fiorentina and Atalanta and Juve. But there will be nobody, yeah? There will be nobody anymore left on the transfer market. You know who will be open? Pioli, if he doesn't go to Atalanta or Fiorentina. Who else will be open? Mancini. And then you're obliged to go for these coaches. Even if you want Marco Silva, that's the name. If you want him and you are waiting until after the World Cup, he will go to Tottenham, he will stay at Fulham. No. You need to go immediately now. If it's him, you stay, you confirm. If not, but then you don't come back. Eh? If not, you need to change. But I want to make sure that they went through all the questions. What are the questions? The questions are, because I see a lot of supporters now, a lot of tifosi, and but keep Tudor. Keep Tudor. Tudor, keep him. At this point, keep him. I want to already make aware, guys, that you know what it means, huh? Keeping Tudor. If Tudor stays, I will be his biggest supporter. You know that. If Tudor stays, I can already guarantee you, really, that we'll play Juve Cremonese. Let's not say Cremonese because that's a just promoted team. Give me another one. Juve Genoa. We play Juve Genoa. We lose that game. You know that people will go crazy, yeah? But you see, we kept him because we had no other choices. The first choice was Conte, then it was Gasperini. We even tried with the other one. There was no other choice. We kept him. We didn't believe in him. We don't believe in him. Tudor is really bad. We don't want him. That's the perception that the fans will have. The fans will go totally crazy. We knew it. While today they are saying keep Tudor because they are scared about who can be a Marco Silva. That is the total unknown. They don't want a Pioli. So keep Tudor. We back up Tudor. Like the Ultra with keep Tudor, etc. If he stays, I will be there to defend him. To defend him. Because it's Juve that should have avoided that situation. Juve should have said publicly, yeah, we wanted Conte. We tried. It did not go through. Our choice is Tudor. He knew that we had one option when he arrived. He agreed to stay here. We went. It didn't happen. Tudor. Full power with Tudor. We go for him. It would have been much easier for everyone. For the fans, for Tudor himself, because he would have felt much more backed up with the club. For the players that will need to work with Tudor, because the players don't believe that the players are not reading the papers, that are not checking the TikToks of the people, the reactions, or on YouTube. They watch, they know perfectly what is said around. Tudor knows, he's annoyed by the situation. So I tell you, pay attention, really pay attention with what you do. If Juve says, we are prepared, we know that the fans will react like that, but we will back him up. Whatever happens for an entire season, you know that entire season, ragazzi. If it's another collapse, you need to take a decision at a certain moment. But the intention is to back him up at the first loss, at the first draw, at the second loss, even if things are not going how we wished in the beginning. We back him up, and then we'll see what we will do next season. Then I can tell you, okay, let's go. Let's go for him, but be prepared, Juve. Not that at a certain moment, after 3 draws, after 1 loss, you are here, but it's not working, Tudor, let's go for someone else, for plan B, who is open on the market, because otherwise we will not get out of the situation. We have put ourselves in a really difficult situation, because we were not speaking to the media, we were not stopping all these leaks. We need to react now, immediately, whatever the decision is. You say no to Tudor, we want to try something else. Okay. I accept it. You want Marco Silva? Let's go. You want Pioli? Let's go. You want Mancini? Let's go. You want the Zerbi? Let's go. I don't care. I care. Of course, I care. I have my favorites. But tell us. Go. If you say it's Tudor, know the consequences. Know the consequences. And I will tell you, if Tudor remains, I will be happy. But I will be happy if I'm not the only one here, Beppe, alone, Beppe, like that, defending him when I will see Tudor out, when I will read Tudor out at the first loss, because the fans as well, exactly the same. But you know what, Beppe, keep Tudor. No, it should not be keep Tudor. You know what, Beppe, at the end, keep Tudor. No, we are Juventus, not keep Tudor. Keep Tudor. That's our choice. We believe in him. We believe in him, and we will back him up. And we know it's a difficult moment for the club, but we will stand behind Igor Tudor for everything that he did, because he's a Juventino, because nobody else would have done that, because at the end, you like it or not, he achieved what he came for. Let's go. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. I know how it goes. I have the experience how it goes. People, they want Del Piero in the management. Okay, great. No, Beppe, Del Piero we will never criticize. I promise you, we will never criticize. You know who we want as well? We want Giorgio Chiellini. We love Giorgio Chiellini. We will never criticize Giorgio Chiellini. No, because that's una bandiera. That's a legend. No. Giorgio Chiellini, we cannot. It's impossible. Wait, I will show you something. Here we go. This is what you see. This is what you see online. Today. This is what you see today online. So I hear Domenico Berardi back in the side of Juve, which, you know, Berardi I don't want at Juve, even if I always said the day that he put his foot in La Continenza, it will be my favorite player. But as long as he's not there, I don't want Berardi, and I will pray that he doesn't come to Juve. So, funny meme, me crying, because you know the meme, Berardi, every time he's linked to us. And here you go, with this childish behavior. Is this acceptable? Are people not ashamed? So if you believe that Tudor, because he's a Juventino, because he has the heart, because will not be criticized, hey guys, you are far from reality. And Juventus should be aware of it. They should be extremely aware of these kind of things. And then you need also to pay attention to all the news that are filtering, because our friend Di Marzio is starting to change his jacket more than I changed haircuts in the last 10 years. It's true. I spoke about Marco Silva to Juventus, but I would not be surprised if at the end Tudor stays. Yeah. And today you're what? First, yes, he comes. He doesn't come. I spoke about him, but at the end he could stay. You know what? Juve said that Tudor will stay, but if they find a better coach, no, calma, Di Marzio. Tell us what you think. Tell us the reality. What is your source telling us? Is it telling that we want Marco Silva, or is it telling that Tudor comes? Or maybe you just don't know. Or maybe you just don't know. Or maybe you want to be again on the map on Juve. Because in the last few years, who was the journalist that was telling us the news of Juve? Who was the number one in terms of sources of Juve? Tell me in the chat, guys, before I read the comments. Who was the number one that was telling us the sources, the news about Juve? Pedula that had that huge big friendship. He's still a big friend of Cristiano Giuntoli. Without Giuntoli, Pedula could potentially be, until he find new connections, could be a bit lost. And Di Marzio said, you know what, I will start pumping Juve news so that I take again. No, it's not Juve Insider, Colo. It's not Juve Insider. No, Monblano is always the GOAT. Oh, Monblano is number one. Numero uno. But he's not, like, let's say, a Pedula, or he doesn't have that pretension of going and saying, I know everything and you know nothing. We know it, but no. Luca Monblano is top. Romano knows... Fabrizio Romano about Juve. He knows what the club is telling him like one day before. Fabrizio Romano is on Juve is not really, but in general, it's not one that is anticipating a lot of news. When it's from Premier League, a bit more. No, I'm not anticipating. I am not a journalist, guys. You know that. Daniel White, what do you think about Palladino? I saw a lot of time the names of Palladino in the chat. That I would have taken Palladino, for example, last year. But I would not have taken Palladino last year. I wanted Thiago Motta. And unfortunately, we had Thiago Motta. But I would not have taken Palladino. But I would not have been against it because it was a promise, a project that you would have gone for. I think that Palladino in this moment would be, again, a big guess. Today. If you really want to go for these kind of names, then I will tell you go for Maresca. I love Maresca. I really love Maresca. And I think that Maresca is a step ahead of Palladino at today. But Maresca will not come. I really appreciate Maresca. Palladino is a big risk. Yeah. Palladino is too big of a risk. So I would not go for Palladino today, admitting that he's a coach with potential, but I would not do it. Personally, yeah. And it's nothing against him because I think it's a good coach. But no, it's too much of a risk. It's like you would say, last year, like, make Miretti the starter of Juve. You see the potential, you see that he's good, you see that he can do something, but yeah, he will do well. But last year, before going 1 year on loan. Brock! Ciao, Brock. Thank you for the donation. Wondering why the Zerbi was never... And thank you, Andy, by the way, to not leave me alone. To support Tudor if he stays. Wondering why the Zerbi was never a consideration. Is he that solid at Marseille? Realistically, there is not good option on the market now. Look, you know that I'm not a big fan of the Zerbi. As a person, I don't like the Zerbi. He's a big, huge Milanista. You know that at a certain moment, I don't care about whatever you come from, whatever team. I supported Thiago Motta. That was not an Interista, but played at Inter. But I would forget that immediately. But it's true that at today, if you tell me, I don't really like the person, his values, his vision about football. I don't like that he said about the Super League. He said, no, it's against the values of this, of that. If it's for me, Sassuolo, Milan, because he was still in Italy at Sassuolo, he said, I don't even play it. Did he do well? Yes. He's a fantastic coach in the beginning of the season. Beginning of the season, there are not a lot of coaches like him. You know who is a bit like him in Italy in beginning of seasons? You have Di Francesco. Di Francesco is a the Zerbi that didn't make it. Even if the Zerbi still didn't make it at the moment. But these coaches, they go with a full preparation beginning of the season. They are fantastic. They are great. They are strong. And then they have problems and they have a huge big dip. We saw it in Premier League with what's the name there? Brighton above, left, right, under. We saw it with Marseille where they had a big dip at a certain moment. It's a really stubborn person. It's a person that I don't like when he goes in press conferences. He says, I don't care about winning. It's not important. I need to have a philosophy alive. It's, this kind of person that they overthink. They have an idea and that's it and nothing else. There are absolutely no open. And I think that the values of the Zerbi are miles away from Juventus. It's not even compatible. Then if you tell me, Beppe, with the new management, we want to go towards that kind of football. He's the one that we identified. Forza De Zerbi, what can I tell you? But no. I see him really well in the future in a team like Milan. Not now. Not now. Rad, and why he has never been considered, because we know inside football they know that the Zerbi is not. I think he's not ready for a big club like Juve. He's not. It's totally against everything that Juve is. That winning mentality. He's not a winner. He doesn't care about winning. At least that's what he's saying. Imagine, you were pissed off, guys. You were totally pissed off with Thiago Motta that said winning cannot be an obsession, so pay attention, because if the Zerbi comes, that will be exactly the same in terms of words. Are you ready to hear it again? I'm not, I tell you. Martino Puccia, now you come. Look, Martino, I tell you that according to me, it's not BS. I think it's a really beautiful. Martino, for the people that do not know, Martino is my friend that is supporting Milan, content creator as well. I don't think it's BS. Then, will it happen or not? That's a total different story. I don't think it will happen. But I don't think it's BS. It's a fantastic, beautiful idea from Max Allegri. And I can tell you that if really would happen, Cambiaso would be extremely happy. Because he loves Max Allegri, because he had a fantastic season under him from an individual point of view. When I said it earlier, but you were not there, when I interviewed him online, offline, he told me how much he had appreciated Allegri as a person. Allegri knows what he wants. Ricci, Leoni, a player with experience to stop a bit, and I think that you can confirm, Martino, that Milan the last few years have been a bit a kindergarten in terms of behaviors, in terms of exemplarity, in terms of leadership. I think that the Modric could bring that fantastically if he comes to Milan. You play one time a week. He will not be a starter for 38 games with Coppa Italia, but just having him around would be fantastic. And a name like Cambiaso is 100% a name that Allegri offered or presented to Tare in saying, guys, he could leave. Not sure that he stay at Juve. I know him. He has the number of Cambiaso. Juve is at the moment in a huge big problem. We have no sporting director. We don't know who will be the coach. We don't know about our plans. We don't know about our future. If you want, it's now the moment to go into push. Maybe they will fall for it. And I said it earlier. I really hope that Juventus, they say, oh, calma. Hey, calma. No, not necessarily that I want 100% to keep Cambiaso, because people, they know how much I have been disappointed by Andrea the last 6-7 months of the season. I didn't really appreciate a lot of things from Andrea Cambiaso. People know that. But I would not send him to Milan. Absolutely not, because I can tell you that if he goes to Milan, you see a 5 stars Andrea Cambiaso. Then that it will happen again. I said, I hope not. I really hope not. But that the idea is there, 100% I believe it. But Gianluca Di Marzio said, Milan idea. It's not a Juve idea. It's not a Cambiaso idea. It's really at the moment a Milan idea. Rad, grande Rad. Thank you for the donation, my friend Beppe. What do you think? If we stay with Tudor but do an amazing mercato, would that be satisfying? Give me your percentage of out of 100. It depends what you understand under an amazing mercato. What is an amazing mercato? I give you an example. Paris Saint-Germain goes with Messi, Neymar, and Mbappé, and they don't win the Champions League. They go with Doué, with Fabian Ruiz, and they win the Champions League. Of course, they added some other players as well. So what is an amazing mercato? Amazing, according to me, in terms of names. Last year we were here, I remember really well, we were here celebrating a mercato that was not perfect, but Cope Manners, Douglas Luiz, you had beautiful names on paper. You really had beautiful names on paper. Keeping Yildiz, giving him the number 10. There were really beautiful things. So, I don't know. I think that you need to go functional. Functional to what is the idea that you want to put on the field. Romano and Moretti said that Rabiot will not go to Milan. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I don't think he will, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it today. I believe he really wants to stay for sure a season more at Marseille. Don't forget, he was in the team of the season of Ligue 1. So best player of Marseille, team of the season of Ligue 1. Was the only Marseille player, by the way. He came to Marseille without Champions League. Now they will have Marseille in Champions League. And he wants to play in that stadium Champions League games for one more year. So I think that he would love to continue one more year there. But, I can tell you that if Milan shows him a fantastic project with Max Allegri, I can tell you that he will think twice. I'm not promising you that he will accept, but that he will think twice, yes. Yes. So percentage. The amazing mercato should be done in a smart way for whatever coach will sit on the bench. That it's for Tudor, that it's for, what's the name there? Whatever coach, I don't know, whoever. Can he do well? I cannot tell you today. I cannot give you a percentage. During the mercato, when we will start the first moves, who goes out, who goes in, then I will tell you what I think, which is not always correct, but what I think. But today we don't even know. It's difficult. Josip, thank you for the donation. Hey, Beppe, what about Zidane or Klopp? I hope you are still listening, Josip, because otherwise you will spend your precious money, because I know how precious it is, money, for nothing. Because, my friends, Klopp is retired. And he will not come back now. He refused Germany, guys. He refused Germany. The spot at Germany. It's a club that if he comes back, even by miracle this season, or he will not come to Juve. He will not come to Juve. He's not even a big fan of Serie A. Why should he, after Liverpool starting at Juve, where Juve is not like Liverpool. Juve is not like Dortmund. Juve is not like these clubs that are saying, you know what, let's go with Klopp, and we stay and we back up for even 3 years if it's not working, because it will work. This is not Juve. And in the football world, people, they know that. Jurgen Klopp knows it really well, that if at the first year he's not working, it will not work. So no. And then for Zidane, that Zidane would love one day to go to Juve. Yes, like Deschamps said exactly the same today in an interview after the national team. But Zidane, every single time that he was extremely close to be on the bench of the national team of France, well, they extended Deschamps, and that opportunity slipped. And now he's only at 1 year. And the project France for Zidane would be perfect. Perfect. Strong team, talents. They have talents for the next 15, 20 years. Tranquilli. They need a bit of that fresh air. Out of respect, they are continuing with Deschamps, even if I think that the cycle Deschamps is over for France. But he will not come to Juve, Josip. So these names at the moment are absolutely not realistic. Absolutely not realistic. No, because otherwise you will write it again in the future, and I don't want, because these questions, we speak about it every single day. Yusuf, my friend, thank you. Ciao Beppe, can you please explain for some who want Xavi and why he is a bad option? I believe he isn't Juve level and doesn't have the experience. 5-0. Well, Xavi is a school Barcelona, like Pep Guardiola, like Luis Enrique. It's another world that is coming from. His coaching experience were in Qatar before being called back to Barcelona, where he wins the title. He launched players a la Yamal, because Yamal, he spot him and he ask him and he makes sure that he's making his first debut. But it's coming from a total different world. And then looks like as a coach, that big pressure, that huge big pressure is something a bit too big for him. And he crumbled when that really big pressure arrived. No, I don't think that Xavi is ready today for this situation of Juve. You know when Xavi could have been good, for example, in 3-4 years, Project Thiago Motta, transformation of way of thinking of Juve in terms of football. You have a Xavi that is taking over. I would have said, yeah, why not? But the most important thing is that now we are starting to go back to reality. And what is the reality? That at the moment we have Dusan Vlahovic as a striker that Juventus wants him to leave. We have a Colomoni that we don't even know if he will stay with us at the Club World Cup. We have a Milik that is still not healthy, so we need strikers. And there is a player that we are on since really long. A few days ago we thought it was over. But apparently Gianluca Di Marzio, that I told you he wants really to speak about Juve, I really feel it. He has the need. It's like someone has forbid him to speak about Juve in the last few seasons. He couldn't. He didn't want to. It was a risk of being wrong. He's telling us Juventus, the contacts for Jonathan David continue. My first question, guys, I know. Usually, I'm much more excited when we have these bomba news about players. But, guys, who is doing these contacts with Jonathan David? Tell me who. I want you to answer me. Who is doing these contacts with Jonathan David? John Elkann. guys. If you believe that John Elkann is doing this contract, I don't know. Giuntoli is not even in Turin anymore. Manna, maybe it's Manna. Maybe Gianluca I lost a bit the track and he doesn't know that Manna is at Napoli. I believe that there are certain contacts like that. You think that Chiellini at the moment that today is calling clubs? Maybe, attenzione, maybe that Chiellini said, oh, but he's not even calling Lille. Guys, it's a free contact. But maybe he received the number of the agents of Jonathan David. He said, guys, wait for us, huh? We are still interested in the player. But today we cannot because we are just waiting for a sporting director. I find it extremely difficult. Then Di Marzio is not telling us they will have a meeting planned. He's not telling us Jonathan David is close to Juve or closer to Juve. That's not what he's telling us. He's telling us the contact are continuing for Jonathan David. Maybe it's just a phone call from Chiellini, indeed, that is calling and saying, Johnny, we are still thinking about you, but we don't know. Guys, you know, that's all story about, what's the name there? The entire story about no. 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 What is this? No. That's my name. Roma. They are working for a new striker. They are evaluating profiles like Josh Sargent from Norwich and Nick Voltomada. Guys, it's my name. Guys, stop it. No. Die. Wait, let me check. Juventus. Roma wants to reinforce their attack. The Giallorossi are in a phase of evaluation for some names. Between them, Josh Sargent. I don't know. They can have him if they want. Who's that guy? It looks like Rudi Voeller. Do someone remember Rudi Voeller? Rudi Voeller. Do you remember? Actually, Rudi Voeller, he played at Roma, by the way. Do you remember Rudi Voeller? I'm sure that Andy will remember. Andy, I'm sure he will remember. Sutnevuj, he remembers as well. For the young people that do not know, Rudi Voeller, Roma, when he was at Roma, because now, of course, he's old. It's the same, guys, it's the same. Look, with the hair. It's the same, guys. That's the reincarnation of Rudi Voeller. It's the same. But anyway. Between these names, Josh Sargent and from Norwich and Nick Voltomada. No. What is this? But they're probably because of my tweet of this morning. I told you today is a disaster day. Cambiaso, idea Milan. Berardi, Juve. Voltomada, Roma. What else is a disaster news today? Because we have a few disaster news. Huh? And we have contacts for Jonathan David. Osama, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. By the way, we didn't check yet, but how many Juventini of the world are we now on the channel? Let me check. We are with 38,218. I thought there was an update here. No, apparently not. We're not grocery. If you didn't yet, please put a maximum of like. Continue to subscribe to the channel because we need to go over the moon. Not reaching the moon, going over the moon. Do it now, please. I will continue with the messages. The one of Osama that wrote, a positive for Tudor is our two best players. Yildiz and Thuram did well in his 3-4-2-1. Bremer is also great in the three-man defense. I agree. We will need to add more quality around these three for Tudor to do well. So yeah, you have the backbone, la spina dorsale, the backbone that is Di Gregorio. We can say that Di Gregorio did well as well. Di Gregorio, Bremer in a three-man defense. You have a Thuram and then you have a Yildiz. On that one, I totally agree. I totally agree. Now you need the rest. You need to form the rest if it's for Tudor. But I think that these players that you just mentioned, the 3 plus the goalkeeper, are great for whatever coach is coming, whatever way of playing. I prefer with that 3-man defense, with Bremer in. I think that is even more comfortable in that, but he can also play in a 4-man defense. He showed it this year. But I agree with you. Juraj, my friend, is saying, thank you. What is your opinion on Brazzo and Chance to Comes? That's a beautiful name. I need to answer one question. Stay there. Wait, don't leave. Don't leave. I have a message to answer. Hey guys, I have some messages in the moments that I need to check to answer. Super important, super important, super important, super important. So working, connecting the dots, filtering, and telling you and giving you what we can. So the question about Brazzo was an important one here from Yurai. I will try to accelerate a bit with the comments because I know that sometimes my answers are extremely long. Brazzo is someone that I love. I love because he represented the club as a player in a tough time, in a difficult time. It's someone that in his post-player career continue to respect Juve, always showing respect, showing also love. So it's a player that I'm extremely I have affection for. I have that emotional link. I think he did really well also as a manager. Now pay attention. Bayern Munich is not Juventus. The strategy, the way of working is totally different, where in Italy you have everyone against Juve, while in Bundesliga you have everyone for Bayern Munich, which is totally different in terms of concept of seeing things. Let me check, because apparently there is another bomba from our friend. Our friend is on fire. On fire. Oh, there is nothing, guys. No, except of Jonathan David and Voltomade to Roma, or interest from Roma. There is nothing, guys. I'm sorry. So I will continue with that. So at Bayern, it's much more easier, the internal market, because they know that a lot of clubs, they are actually working, developing players, and when they are nearly at the end of the contract, they take them or for free or cheap price. And he was always giving them big contracts with huge salaries. It's a total different thing. Total different thing. While in Juve, it's much more difficult. In a period of sustainability where the salaries cannot be that high, I don't believe that he will be at the moment the right fit for Juve. But then, all respect for Brazzo, that is an experienced person. Huh? Don't forget about that. We can read the article, of course, of Jonathan David, but I think that, let's see. Juventus is at work for Jonathan David. The contacts with the striker continues with the new management of the Bianconeri. Juventus they met themselves to prepare the World Cup, the Club World Cup, that will be led by Igor Tudor. But the management is already thinking about the new season. They continue to work to reach to the signing of Jonathan David from Lille, that his contract will end at the end of this month of June. The Canadian striker is in the target of different clubs like Juve, as we said, but also Napoli and Inter are interested in him. Juventus is pushing to try for new contacts to add a new striker to the team. After the official news of the new general manager, Damien Comolli, they continue the contacts with the The contacts will continue between the management of Juve and the entourage of Jonathan David. In this moment, Napoli is a bit colder than Juve on the player. There is not really an answer. I still don't know who is speaking, why is he speaking, why is Jonathan David the target, who is leading that conversation. I have no idea about that. Anyway, so I answered about Brozzo, about Kelly. Thank you for the donation. Attaccare. Thank you for a donation. That means that you were also there yesterday following the live. Thank you. Thank you for the donation. Both Matteo Maretta and Pedulla said Tudor will go to the Club World Cup. Pedulla said they will discuss his future after the tournament. Also, what do you think of Pep Genesio? He's another name linked to Juve. Guys, Pedulla, Moretto, Gianluca Di Marzio, at the moment they are all in the same situation. They are confused, and you know why? And unfortunately, I'm obliged to tell you that because Juventus is not making any clarity, because Juventus is probably also confused. Yes, it looks like Tudor will go to the Club World Cup, but I refuse to believe that the future of Tudor will be discussed after that. I refuse to believe that. I refuse. It's not something that I think that a big club like Juve can allow themselves to do. It cannot. That he will go to the Club World Cup, but they will have already taken a decision in changing the coach or keeping Tudor, I believe. I could believe. But that they will discuss his future after, I don't believe. I cannot. It's not logical. It's not logical. A big club like Juve cannot allow themselves, because now people were saying earlier we have 3 weeks of delay towards the other clubs. Then you will have 1 month and 3 weeks delay, even maybe more if we are doing well in that competition. So I refuse to believe that he will stay at the Club World Cup. There are chances. I hope not if he's not the coach. I hope yes if he's our coach. But I refuse to believe that the future will be discussed later. Pep Genesio is a good coach that I didn't study enough. He did beautiful things, but I didn't study enough, so I cannot answer you with 100% certainty at today. But I know that the name is circulating as well. Ahmed, thank you. Ciao, brother Beppe. I slept very well the last couple of nights. Inzaghi 100% not coming to Juve. I know it's unlikely, but I feel like Juve's move. No, that's what I told earlier. I know that sometimes we have these repetition of questions, even if we already went through them. But no, I 100% never. Nothing in life. Nothing exists with 100%. But I don't think that there is a possibility. From his side, it's or he stays at Inter or he goes to Al Hilal. I don't see him joining Juve, even if Cristiano Giuntoli, the last call that he made was to Simone Inzaghi to see the availability, because he already spotted that there were potentially some problems between Inter and Inzaghi. But I don't think so. Riz, thank you, my friend. Beppe, how are you? Love your content. Keep it up. No, I'm doing well. I tell you, it's a bit a special summer. It's a bit a special summer because usually we have much more clarity. The things that we are discussing is about player. This one. And even if the last few seasons, it was quite clear. The names that we were speaking about at the end, they were real targets of Juve, and at the end they came to Juve, that we liked them or that we didn't like them. So it was super easy to conduct Mercato. Now it's difficult because you see all the news that are coming. This coach, Tudor stays, but we don't know if he will stay. Tudor stays, but if they find a better coach, then we will go for a better coach. But Jonathan David, he was close to Napoli, now he's close to Juve, while we have no management to lead it. So it's extremely difficult, and from one moment to the other, everything that you said can go into a different direction. So it's really, really, really difficult today. Also because with the change, the shift of management, all the journalists are totally lost because their referral points are gone. But you can hear it also. The fights between journalists, between the ones that are saying Tognozzi will be 100% the sporting director of Juve, and some people are saying no, he will be the head of scout of Juve, or he will come in another role. So you see two total different versions by really, really experts of the field. So it's strange. It's really strange. And that confused me a bit. Junior, thank you, my friend. Ciao, Beppe. When are we going to do that podcast? In Belgium. Organize it. Keep in contact with me and we kick it off. We could, We could. The only thing that we need to do is easy. Is 1, checking for the availability of the room. I know where it is. 2, having the people to participate. We need I think it's a room for four persons, I believe. So we need me plus 3. If you are 1, then we need 2 more. No, I mean, but I'm not really good in organizing. So we need to find two other people that can travel in a certain date, and then we fix it. Ardit, my friend, thank you for 4 months. Beppe, I read something hilarious today from 5 maggio to 5 in maggio. Yeah. No, I'm laughing because we said that here. Someone said, I think it was Husemla Juve, if I have a good memory, that said it here immediately after the loss of Inter. I don't know if it was his invention or if he saw it somewhere or if maybe you are joking to remind us, but it was a really funny one. Of course, it's a really funny one. They will never forget, huh? And we will never forget. I must admit that I have been quite kind. Huh? I have been quite kind with Interisti. I have taken so many insults, mockery. People that are following a bit of a Twitter, they know the usual mockeries from Interisti. They disappeared. Our brothers from Inter fans, they totally disappeared. You know, it's already 3 days. They didn't mention me. They didn't make any joke about me. They disappeared. They will come back. Huh? Give them a bit of time. Give them, you know, that the acceptant phase, how it goes. At the moment, they disappeared. They will come back. Tomorrow, maybe in 2 days, in 3 days, they will come back. But we will never forget. Now they cannot joke anymore with Cardiff. It's over. Huh? They cannot joke anymore with Fino al confine, which means until the Italian territory, because then you were losing. They cannot anymore with you lost 2 finals. If you play finals, you need to win them. They cannot. That, I tell you, huh? That win of Paris Saint-Germain in that fashion, I'm ashamed to say, in a way, how much I enjoyed it. Really. Because usually you don't enjoy for the other ones, you care about your own club. But that one, the level of pleasure, of satisfaction that he gave me is there, is on top. I'm ashamed to say how much I enjoyed it. And this one will be a weapon, guys, for eternity. That's a secret weapon. You know, like them, huh? When you're trying to discuss with them, they always go with the same stupid arguments that make totally no sense. Mamma mia. This one was the gift that I was not expecting. I was praying for a win of Paris Saint-Germain, but even if in my craziest dream, in my biggest wishes, never on earth, I was hoping that much. Karma. Mayulu, 5-0, and it's over. Mayulu, and shut up. No, that was huge. That was huge. That is huge. That's the gift that you are not asking for. But no, Uncle Sharma, you know the truth, because I'm a good guy. He's a good guy. I said that I have 3 persons extremely close to Inter that I have a really great relationship with. Extremely great relationship with. It's my best friend. It is someone that works at Inter that I know really well. Super well, and Uncle Sharma. These are 3 Interisti that I really respect and appreciate and love. And I didn't even joke too much with them. I wrote a message to Uncle Sharma. I wrote a message to my best friend, and I wrote a message to the one that is working at Inter, saying that as a Juventino, I will not lie. I'm extremely, extremely happy. But for them, I said, as a person, I understand. And I didn't mock them. I didn't went with the jokes, with the 5-0, with the memes. I didn't do it because they are persons that do not deserve it, because they are really respectful. So, you know, but But it's the person. Then, if we're speaking about the Interisti, that's something else. No, I think that banner is good, joke is good, but it's the Inter fans that took that banter, that joke, that funny mocking to a hate level, which is never good, to a hate level, to a real big, huge hate level, because it was not like that in the past, but they brought it to a huge hate level after 2006. And I think that I have been extremely, extremely kind. I should have been... I think I will regret to not have pushed even more. I could have gone with shorts, with messages, with taking all the bookmarks, all the screenshots of Interisti. I didn't do it. But karma is there. They didn't lose 1-0. They didn't lose 2-1, 3-2, 3-0, 4-1. They lost 5-0 without any game. In their entire season, they lost everything. They lost the Supercoppa, the Coppa Italia, the Scudetto in the fashion. 5-0 in the final. They lost their dignity. They lost everything. They lost the face. They lost Mama. And now you see, after disappearing, the first initial phase of the Interisti was disappearing. They had no internet anymore, like Gazzetta, no service. It was not working. First phase. Phase 2, they start to find some alibis. They try to find some excuses because they have the money. Italian clubs, they cannot leave Italian clubs alone. It's already, you know me on the channel here, I told you, Italian football is not at the level of other leagues. It is the reality. It is like that. People, they don't believe me. But why Inter can do it? Now you have the Interisti that for an entire year they told us that Barella was the best midfielder of the world. They told us that they were not crying for Hakimi because Dumfries was the best signing ever. That made them forget Hakimi. And they are even happy because Dumfries is a level higher. That Di Marco was the new Roberto Carlos. That's what they were telling us. La Lula. Lukaku, not Lukaku. What's the name there? Lautaro with Thuram. Tula. La Tula. We have Tula. That is the best. Guys, that's what they were telling us. Acerbi, the men that have beaten good. I'm happy for the misfortunes of people that has beaten alcoholism, that has beaten cancer. I'm extremely happy for that because you never wish bad to anybody. But the beautiful story, with forgetting about the other stories, we saw provocation in against Bayern Munich against a legend like Müller. People, they don't speak about it, but they were really fast in forgetting about the episode with Juan Jesus. The injuries, swearing on the kids of Lautaro, the humiliation, not being at the level of kids, because we lost against Cristiano Ronaldo prime, Sergio Ramos prime, Marcelo prime. We lost against the strongest Barcelona ever from the planet, Messi, Neymar. They lost against, with all the respect because they are strong, but they lost against a player that Barcelona didn't want. They lost against Doué, that comes from Rennes. They lost against, guys, that's the reality. I have been extremely kind. I had so much to say, and I said, I'm not like that. Leave it. Maybe tomorrow morning I will wake up and I will start my revenge machine. But at the moment, no. Attenzione, because Chiesa is close to Napoli. What do you think about that one? Chiesa close to Napoli. Are you sad, not sad? Are you happy, not happy? Who sent me immediately sad, Pedro Poborski, I see in the chat. Disappointed for Don V. Do they have good hospitals in Napoli? Couldn't care less. I agree with Giuseppe. I don't care. Really, I don't care. I really don't care. close to 28 years, player that had a really bad season at Liverpool. He failed. Let's be honest. He failed there. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm not someone La Vedova. I'm not the one that is regretting. You know who I regret? There's one player that I regret. You will be shocked when I will tell you. One player I regret. Thank you, Lil Guy. Beppe, do you believe in a signing before the Club World Cup? I hope they fix the one that we have, that we can take them to the World Cup. I don't think so. Heron Father, thank you for the donation, my friend. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I miss Rabiot. I swear, I miss Rabiot. I know some people. No, of course, I forget about the other one. I said my big regret is Huijsen. You know that. My big regret is Huijsen. But the one that I miss is Rabiot. Mamma mia. Rabiot Thuram in the midfield with someone else. No, I really miss Rabiot. A fantastic person, guys. Fantastic person. Then top player. Really, really, really important player. But, guys, again, I said it, but he knows. From the moment that a player is not for you anymore, I wish him the best. Of course, I can still be friend or not, but I support Juve, you know that. Then for me, Marcus Thuram, Kefren Thuram is the best midfielder of the world. Locatelli is the best midfielder of the world. Weston McKennie is the best midfielder of the world. Koopmeiners, Douglas Luiz are the best midfielders of the world. It's difficult. It's really difficult. No, it's really difficult. Hey, Douglas Luiz we never saw. Today, Colo, I don't know if he's still watching or not. He posted, randomly like a lineup from Torino Juve where we did 1-1, and I watched the lineup of Thiago Motta. I watched the lineup. I said this is the only time that we saw them playing together. Douglas Luiz, Thuram, Koopmeiners, and Nico Gonzalez. So the big signings of the summer. I think it's the only time that we saw them starting together. We did 1-1. Mckennie was a left back. You had Koopmeiners as a number 10, Nico Gonzalez as a number 9. You had Thuram in the midfield together with I don't remember who. With Douglas Luiz. What a disaster! What a disaster season. No, guys, we have to be honest. We messed up. But I still cannot get over it because seriously, on paper, we had a team that. I said, not sure if we could win the Scudetto, but we could have done much better than what we did. Something incredible happened that I cannot explain myself. I hope that one day someone will be able, in a book, in a biography, to explain you what happened this season, even if I have, of course, my own ideas, but... Gyökeres, pay attention, I give you the news, guys. El diario portugués apunta al delantero suezo como objetivo para reforzar la delantera colchonera. Informa que saldrán Julián, Sorloth y Correa, aunque el club no se plantea desprenderse de los dos primeros. So they are saying that Atletico Madrid, they want Gyökeres, the Portuguese paper, so it's El Diario Português record, the Portuguese paper is saying that the Swedish striker is an objective to reinforce the Colchoneri. They are also informing that Julian, Sorlot, and Correa could leave the club. Would be a beautiful move for them. Huh? I tell you, if they bring me Voltomada, I'm happy. If Voltomada goes to Roma, Gyökeres goes to Atletico Madrid, and they bring me Jonathan David, I'm not as excited. Voltomada is the only one that I will say I really, really, really believe that he can be the signing. Shervin, grazie, my friend. Please, Beppe, could you do your hilarious Koulibaly impression again? Did I ever do that? When he's sitting in a dark corner in the at home, begging and crying to join Juve. I know. I think I remember. It was a long time ago. No, I cannot do that. Like this, hey guys. No. Like this, I cannot do that. I need to be inspired. That was fun. That was really fun. I remember. Oh, that was one of the highlights of the comedy of the channel. This was fun. But on demand. No, guys, I'm not Netflix. You know that. I already told you. But maybe we can do it again this summer if there is again something in that kind of thing. That was fun. That was really fun. Giuseppe, you need to know who is Voltomada. Voltomada is top. Is the new Ibra. The Ibra from Bundesliga, from Stuttgart. It's good. It's really, really, really good. At today one. Oh, that was funny also. Call the ambulance, but not for me. Yeah, I remember. You remember? Oh, that was fun as well. Oh, we had good moments on the channel, guys. Huh? We had good moments on the channel. No, at the moment, honestly, and by the way, it's not from 1 to 10, Sahi. From now on, we said the ratings are from 5 to 0. But no, 1. At the moment, 1. 1 because I'm a person that still try to find a bit of hope. This one was great. Todibo, the calls, the invented calls between Todibo, Nis, Juve, Giuntoli. Oh, that was fantastic. No, 1 because I it's true. No, let's say can I please change my rating? I say 2. 2. 1 because I want to have hope. I don't want to have a 0. 0 is over. 0 is whatever happens, it doesn't change. 0 is 0. So 1 for the hope, but I want to go with 2 because yesterday with the steps of bringing Chiellini closer again to the project, involved, having a Comolli that today we see, I know the words Moneyball, etc. I know all of that, but we're speaking about someone with huge experiences in a lot of international clubs, with a new vision, with the fact that we anticipated and communicated it officially yesterday. I can tell you that it increased to 2, but that's it. We are far from I am far from being confident, but that because I don't want to lie to you. So yes, I am worried because Juventus is not giving me that clarity. Who is the coach? Who is the sporting director? Who is the chief of scout? What will be the players? Because today we don't speak about players. Huh? Who will stay? Who will not stay? I heard 0 voices, which is normal because we are late. But I heard 0 voices about Douglas Luiz. Will he stay? Will he not stay? Is there a coach that wants to believe in him? With Tudor, it will not work. But will Tudor be there? Or, for example, with another guy, I'm just saying, that Zerbi maybe would work. I don't know. I cannot plan. I cannot imagine. Usually in this period, I start to receive like 5, 6, 7 different imaginary lineups in my DMs. Pepe, can you tell me what you think about that lineup? Nobody is telling me because there is nothing. There is nothing at the moment that is happening. So how can I be excited? I cannot. How can I be confident? I cannot. But at today, then tomorrow it can go to 3, to 5, to 6, and then I can go to 10. And even being confident on 10 of 10, it doesn't mean that we will do well, because I'm not the one that is managing the team. I'm not the one that is playing, so I have zero influence on that. Luca, is that the picture of Cambiaso? Or Dusan Vlahovic? That's Dusan Vlahovic, I think. That's Dusan. Luca, confirm us. Who is that? Is that Cambiaso? I think it's Dusan. Tell me if it's Dusan. When I see news about Kevin De Bruyne to Napoli, Milan dreaming about Modric, and Inter with Højlund, I ask myself, why are we waiting? I just told you the answer. We are waiting because nobody can activate it as long as we don't have sporting directors. Napoli, they have their coach, they have their sporting director, they have their president, and they are in the sign of continuity, also winning the Scudetto. So, of course, and then they have an argument, guys. They have an argument that is really difficult to beat. For a player like Kevin De Bruyne that spent his entire life at Manchester, can you imagine, guys, with all the respect, but can you imagine spending your entire career, let's say, even life, because he comes from Belgium, then he goes to London, Wolfsburg, if I'm not wrong, Wolfsburg in Germany, and then he goes to Manchester. How depressing, guy. In terms of choosing the cities where he wanted to spend his career, he did well, and to go, of course, to City. It was Werder Bremen. Guys, in terms of cities, there are better choices in life. And that argument of saying, Napoli, guys, we are competitive. We play Champions League. We have Conte with us, but we offer you a city that is... Dries Mertens loved it. Lukaku is there at the moment. It's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. So that, it makes sense. Modric is old generation. Modric is an old generation where Milan meant something. Was important. In Croatia, or you were a Juventino or you were a Milanista. There are no Croatian Inter fans from that period. Then a bit maybe became Interisti after a few Croatian that they went for. But in that time, Milan and Juve, Modric is my generation, more or less. Codino, calma. You cannot spam every single second. Wait, calma. I saw your message. No, but the message of Arduino from Tether, I spoke about it already today on Juventus. I don't like it. And with all the respect for someone that did a fantastic career, is 100% sure more intelligent than me, more business-driven than me, more successful than me. One thing is sure, he's not as Juventino as me. That's a fact. But, what is that message of this morning? If Juve doesn't want to talk to you, they will not talk to you. That's absolutely not the way to approach John Elkann. Like this, you are just saying to John Elkann, he will receive that news. Of course, he will know. He will close the door for 20 more years. Money doesn't buy everything, guys. Money doesn't buy everything. And he has to put it in his mind. You want to buy shares? You can, because it's open. You can do it. if you want a voice at Juve, you will have to convince him in another way. And I don't believe that this is the way to convince John Elkann or someone from Juve to open the door to discuss with you. Look, John Exor, they have 67% of you, and they have absolutely no intention to sell at today. Which, in a way, we can also say, well, guys, we can be proud, because at the end, we don't want to sell. We don't need their money. We are not there begging for $1. Milan, they have been sold to, I don't know, like, here, I don't like you anymore. Here, there, China, here. Now, not even the humans they wanted. They are owned by a bird. Guys, Inter, the other one, Zhang, they were with full debt. They are bankrupt. Now they are owned by a tree. Like this. I'm happy that John Elkann is saying we don't need your money. That's the message that John is sending out. We are not there on the street that we need your money. No? Then, again, if they come with a plan, because there is no plan at today. I read the interview that, beautiful. They want the communication with the fans because they think that the fans should be involved. But if you go with this kind of a communication, we are wrong. And every single communication, honestly, every single communication that I saw from their side is wrong. You say that Juventus has 36 Scudetti. No, sorry, we adapted it. You say that we have 14 Coppa Italia while we have 15. It's wrong. Inform yourself before going out with statements. Then you put like Zidane and Del Piero. But what are you doing, guys? This is not realistic. What are you doing? And even if it was realistic, don't sell dreams. Don't sell dreams to fans that are in a difficult moments. What are you doing here with that message? You want actually to bring the fans to your side and against Juve. That's what you are doing. You are dividing instead of uniting. This is absolutely not what you need to do. The strategy is wrong. And maybe he has good intentions, but if this is how you start, blackmailing, no grazie. With all the respect and the good intention, and I'm sure, but that's not how I want. We are Juve. Don't forget, we are Juventus Football Club. We need to be united. Here, you are saying, but they don't want to open a door. I hope that the price that I paid for my ticket will benefit the owners. What are you speaking about? This is insulting. I've worked 4 years and a half for Juve. I still have a contract until the end of the month with Juve as a partner. Not always I have been treated fantastically well. Sometimes I have been treated really beautifully well. Not everything is beautiful and fantastic behind the scenes. Did I ever spoke about it? Never. You need to understand how lucky you are and great and fantastic. Maybe next season it will be over. I will not have another contract. Could be, Could be. Basta. It's good. Thank you, Juve, for what you did for me. Bravo, we move on. I will not start with messages, and you didn't do this for me, and you could have done that for me, and it's not correct, and this and that, and I deserve to. No. Basta. I don't divide. I will not spread shit openly. Guys, what are we speaking about? Juve is Juve. You need to do the good of Juve. If you start with this kind of message, what are we speaking about? I didn't appreciate it at all this morning. I was angry today on Juventus. I was really angry. Then, some people, they were also against me, They were telling me, Beppe, but you don't understand. It's about money. It's important, the money. Yeah, but I don't sell my values and my soul for money. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. One. And people said, yeah, but Beppe, you are what is it? A boomer. A boomer. You don't understand the new communication, that we need to be hard and open. Yeah, okay, boomer if you want to. I have never considered myself a boomer. I think that I'm, in some thoughts, I would say a bit more experienced, because I saw a lot of wrong things in my life. But I believe that I'm quite connected with new generations. I understand their way of thinking. There are some beautiful things. Some things I don't understand, of course, because I'm 43. I'm not 20 anymore. But that's not the way. That's one thing that I can tell you. That's not the way. And if one day he will really have his word in the club, I hope that this is not the way of our communication. That after a game we start saying, hey, this one was shit, I want to sell him. Can you imagine? No, but that can be like that, huh? No, but don't let me speak too much about that, because I get angry. I don't know what are his intention. I cannot speak too much about what he really wants, what are his styles, because I don't know him. No, he deserves my attention, guys. We are still speaking about someone that invested and bought 10% of the shares of the club. So it's a lot, huh? So of course he deserves our attention. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. Anyway, we are anyway in closing time. I don't think that there are new bomba, because now people go to bed. It's nearly 1 a.m. So the recap of today. Idea of Milan to go for Cambiaso in case Theo Hernandez leave. Theo Hernandez close to Al Hilal and not to Juve. Voltomada, a name close to Roma, because close. No, it's not true. Interest from Roma in that player and not Juve. Juve that is keeping contact for Jonathan David, who we don't know. They are telling us that Tudor, according to them, is the one that will go to the Club World Cup, and that his destiny will be decided after it, which I don't believe. I refuse to believe. Berardi, apparently, but that's also another thing that I don't want to believe, is in Juventus' side. We didn't speak about Locatelli. Locatelli, injured. He was sad for it. I don't want to be insulting, but at a certain moment, it's a bit karma. Not for Locatelli, but for Spalletti. He will have a totally depressed Barella if he joins. I don't know if he already joined or not. They are playing their most important game, a game that could potentially say you are in. No, but maybe already saying you're out of the Club World Cup 2026. So it's a really important one against Norway. So, of course, I'm Italian. I hope I win. I will never wish that we lose and that we don't qualify to the World Cup. Never. But in a way, I you know that I don't like Spalletti. And it's a bit karma. I think that Zerbi has nothing to see anymore with La Nazionale. But also there, in a way, he's correct to say no. I don't want to go anymore. A few weeks ago, he was saying that he was an old man that should not, that he didn't want to call up anymore because he was looking at. And now is hoping to have him to block Holland, because we know it that Zerbi did beautiful performances against Holland. So he's looking again to have him. No, I tell you, there is a bit of karma here on Spalletti, because Spalletti is the one that goes with beautiful theories, quotes. He loves to go with these quotes that you can find on Google quote. And then when it comes to applying these quotes, he's absolutely not the one that is doing them. I don't like Spalletti. There is nothing to do. I don't like the way that he's coaching a season, even if he has qualities. But I really cannot stand the person. I cannot. That's one that is telling you A today, and he's expecting you to do A, but he's doing B. I really don't like him. Ankle injury. Yeah. Thank you, Bogdan. So, I'm sad for Locatelli, because I know how much he cares about La Nazionale, how much he wanted to be there. I interviewed him once. It was right after a shocking non-call up to La Nazionale. He was destroyed. It was destroyed. And I can tell you that every time that Spalletti was not calling him up, he was really, 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 really... It hurted him. No, I don't think so. I hope not. Today, I didn't receive any of these, like big alarming news. But well, look, we are playing the first game between the 18th and 19th. So we have time, so I don't think so. But that would be a drama. That would be a drama. That was it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. We close so that tomorrow we go again with video. And then with it could be that we go with a live tomorrow. It depends at what moment of the day Cristiano Giuntoli it will be official. Let's see. See each other tomorrow. Arrivederci. Ciao a tutti. Oh, did you put a maximum of likes? Don't forget, guys. Now it's the moment. Now. I give you like 2 minutes. Maximum of likes. Let's see how much we can reach in closing time. With maximum of likes. And if you didn't yet, please, of course, subscribe to the channel. But likes, because I know that a lot of people, they forget or they don't have the time. So we are in closing time. If you want to do it now, likes, for all the people that are there. No countdown. We can go with the countdown. Yeah. It's a beautiful one, Lester. Let's go with the countdown. Are ready? So, if you're ready, we go now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.